Welcome to Saturday, early afternoon on Bike Racing Without Mercy. And to quote JD the Boss from Street Outlaws of Memphis, today a chase is a race. You all? Basically, in about 7 minutes time, the Cat A races will set off after the Cat Bs, and the Cat Bs have been set off chasing the Cs, and the Cs the Ds. And basically, I'm 9 minutes behind the Cat Ds, and our job is to monster it to catch them all up. Morning Josh, how are you? Are you going to drop your first training video this weekend, Josh? And congratulations, Cycle Nutter, on your new FTP. Always a pleasure to eke up the FTP, but yours is quite a big bump. Niels, how are you today? Have you got over your massive contribution to the Everest climb with Cameron Jeffers on Wednesday? I bet your legs are feeling it. So I had a practice race yesterday that I recorded. I did an Ed Laverak training session in it. It was one of those pro races. Hi Cav. How are you today? You're doing a Hort route, I think, a bit later. Nice one, Josh. That's a good place to start, a ramp. Congratulations. Right, let's join this event. I've got the sun streaming in through the window, and there's no cloud on the horizon. Steel Spartan, good morning. Oh, sorry, good afternoon now. How are you today? Very funny, Niels. Yeah, I can imagine it was emotional. You weren't there, man. I certainly wasn't on that mountain. I watched a bit of it though. Very good indeed. I was having to work, but you were working harder. I hope everybody's feeling good today. There's loads of people on ZWIFT. There was about 29,000 on ZWIFT, which at this time of year, any time of year, is insane. Obviously the Hort route was going on, but 29,000. Wow. Cool, I'm already really hot. Looking at that menacing sun. Nice one, Jacobo. Yeah, mid-group, it's a good place to start. Oh, so you're having to work this evening, are you, Steel Spartan? Steel Spartan, sorry. I'm dyslexic, Steel Spartan. What do you do for a living in the graveyard shift? Yeah, they were in the trees. Have you got the 1,000-yard stare, Niels? The 1,000-yard Cameron Jeffers Everesting stare. It's Phil. Phil with 2 L's. But I don't really mind. Oh, okay. Drop the power a little bit. Archibald Bond. Martini. Shaken. Not stirred. Oh. I watched Chris climb the Alp earlier. Very good entertainment as always. Lord of the statistics on the deck. Always a pleasure. I hope Sweden's starting to look beautiful. It's a bit hot for my liking here in London. The sweet Lord of the statistics raises every live stream to another level when Lord is on the deck. The good Lord the Lego. Double L, it's double barreled. It's a bit like a red arrow, Niels, or an A10 Thunderbolt coming out of a low pass and over the brow of a hill, allowing the pilot to really hug the contours. Double barrel. I don't know what I'm going on about. I'm quite nervous about this because it was disgusting the last time I tried it. It needs to bring the heart rate down. I don't know why it's so high. Okay. So I did one of these pro races yesterday. And by the way, Ed Laverack racing 2 p.m. GMT is going to have a max effort up out of the Zwift. That's 2 p.m. today, GMT, Mr. Ed Laverack. He's going to deploy the big M power. Lee, morning. Probably no PBs today, but hoping to take my turn pulling on the front here to help catch these B riders, C's and D's. We're setting off 9 minutes behind the D's. Thank you, Steel Spartan. Did I catch what you did and what you're off to for your evening shift? Matthew, thank you for joining. I saw you on Morton's stream. How are you? Are you in the same race? Awesome. Are you, I can't see the names yet. Well, hopefully we can collaborate. Martin of the Monstrous Power. How are you? Monstrous Power. Right, I gotta concentrate now. Whew. Here we go. Try not to get dropped in the first few minutes because that will kind of ruin the whole live stream. Just looking out for you, Matthew. On the scoreboard. Yeah, we're off to a fast start. Indoor specialist amongst us. That's going to make this unpleasant. Chris, how are you today? I'm not going to burn myself out with an early pull on the front. Yeah, it's a chase race, Lord. Now, everybody in a chase race has the same colours. For the A's, different for the B's, different for the C's and the D's. So we all know, hopefully, when we're passing through each other. Oh, we got Movie Star with us. Okay, the likelihood of getting dropped has kind of trebled. Indoor specialist, Movie Star. I'm going to hide in the wheels for a bit. Now, it's definitely a chase race. Hope people like my hiding in the wheel skills. The start yesterday was horrific. Hold slow. Good morning to you. How are you today? All right, I'll take a turn on the front then. Maybe not. M. Guerra is stronger. Haha, yeah. Yeah, the movie star team, I got it. Hey Ed. TPM. Monster power. Up the Alp. Everyone's looking forward to it. Respect to you, Ed. Jose. Good morning to you. How's it going? It's a big pace just to stay in the bunch here. And here's the bees. Likely to accelerate through them. Or some of the bees. Will, thank you for joining. How are you today? Very hard start. Radislaw, how's the polarized going? Oh dear me, blistering pace. That's right, Josh has got his own channel, more wattage, check it out. If you need any tiles for the kitchen or bathroom, one of the riders here is your man. God dear me, this is horrible. Suffering here. Giorgio, thanks for joining. Liking your big power. Oh. JW, nice ride yesterday. Oh dear. Oh dear me, this is horrid. Yeah, trying to grab a wheel. Sorry. Oh. Too much. So sorry. That was too much for me. I need to get the diesel engine switch back on. I'm struggling. Oh dear. Barnsey, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I didn't do very well. That's right, Oslo. Focus. Diesel engine on. Thanks, Oslo. Really appreciate it. Aiming for 4 watts a kilogram and build from there. Cheers, Edward. Oh dear. That first 10 minutes was too much. Thanks, Jose. I'll try. We'll do also. Regrouping now, Oslo. Thanks for the advice. Thanks, Jose. Trying to breathe. Cheers, Niels. Cheers, Josh. Subscribe to more wattage. Subscribe to Giorgio Capella. Subscribe to Cycle Nutter. Subscribe to Niels Heldens. Subscribe to Gus Borman. All part of the community. And obviously Ed Laverack and CPNC. Cheers, Lee. If you like all things Formula One and aircraft, Niels has the best thumbnails. Niels Heldens, YouTube. Gary, cheers. How was the Hort route? What's one of those also? My legs are completely gone. Too much at the start. Yeah, Paul. Sorry about this. Not a great live stream. Can't talk. Legs are dead. But really appreciate the encouragement. No, Lee, it's a race too many. I did 2 on Tuesday, a really hard training session on Wednesday, a nasty race yesterday for the vlog, and I'm done. But I'm gonna do as well as I can from here on in. Thanks, Jack. I had rest days on Monday and Thursday. Yeah, he does. He encourages them. Hashtag polarized. Yeah, you definitely need him, as I'm proving. Oh. This feels like Everest right here, Niels. Good idea. Yeah, I had a really good training session yesterday, Ed. I did a pro race, but in the pro race, I did zone 4 with power spikes of 15 seconds every 2 minutes for 40 minutes. Albeit 5 minutes of that was a VO2 max effort for the first 5 minutes of the race. And it took a lot out of me, actually. I can feel it. Getting the excuses in. Hi Sean, you right? Dear me. Okay. Cheers, Alex. The legs are not good today. Sorry. All right. All right, so now thank you all. Sorry, it's a dreadful race for you all. Really appreciate the support. Right, where do I go for the power? I always forget. Do I go in ride? Thanks, Giorgio. And people subscribe to Giorgio's channel as well. He's just started doing live streams. He's got immense power, like really big. And I mean, power to weight. Jose, thank you. I think it's, do I hit end ride now I'm back in the world? I think I might do, sorry. If I hit end ride, let's see what happens. See if I get the 10-minute power. There we go. Wow. Oh. Yeah, so my best 10-minute power occurred earlier this week on one of the short crit races. Well, it's 9 minutes 32, but I got 340 watts, basically 10-minute power. I then did another crit race that really drained me. So I had a day, so then I did a training session, a really nasty one called Race Attacks from Ed, up ZWIFT, and I really drained the tank there. And then yesterday I did one of Ed's trainings where you're basically in zone 4 for 2 blocks of 20 minutes, but every 2 minutes you surge for 15 seconds in a sprint. But I did it in a race. It was called the NTT Pro Race, and there was a lot of very fast people there, and the first 5 minutes was disgusting. It was like 5-minute power of 330 watts or something like that. And then I went into this training that Ed did within a nice group, the second group, and I stayed in that group the whole way round, surging at least every 2 minutes, more often than that, because sometimes you had to surge to stay in the group. But I think it was that race yesterday that really drained the legs. I felt really good after it, and I felt good this morning. But I think that first 10 minutes, and look at the 5-minute power, it was 320. You can see, my best sort of where's the Crit City race, like there we go. No, it was 340 average on the Crit City race. Not quite sure what that critical power graph is doing. But nonetheless, probably I've been to the well a few too many times this week, trying to hit the polarized training sessions, and the races I did incorporate Ed's sprint training as well in the races, but probably just a bit too demanding of what I expected from my body. Yeah, the numbers are right, 4.1 watts a kilogram, that's respectable, I guess. I've been averaging 4.5 to 4.6 watts a kilogram over an hour race, so it is a fair bit down. But and then last Sunday, obviously on Alp ZWIFT, where to go? I got my two. Where you go? See, 1 hour 6 minutes on Alp ZWIFT last Sunday. I got my 296 watts average power over the hour. I did about 300 normalized, and I think that was my best ever ride last Sunday. It was like I had insanely good legs, and obviously racing the pros and all that kind of stuff. It was all adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was slow. I think the workload, when I look at actually the last 2 weeks, I've really piled it up. So I'm going to take a rest day tomorrow, maybe one on Monday, and then I know I'll be fresh again to get back into Ed's polarized. But it's really good advice, Old Slow, when you said, look, just take a minute and a half or so just to let the body recalibrate, because after I kind of died the first time, I tried to get back straight away to 4 watts a kilogram, and I wasn't going to be able to sustain it. Hi Wayne, you're right. Thanks for joining. I wouldn't bother rewatching it. It was a bit of a trial of, bad leg day, basically. But no, I'll say that really helped, because otherwise I'd have just kept flogging a dead horse and ultimately ground to a halt. And so when I did stop and regroup and kind of gradually bled the power back up from 220 to 260 and then had another little respite every so often, that's what enabled me to have a slightly stronger finish and overall, respectable power. So I really appreciate that. And well done on your PBs yesterday, Jake. I know all that training indoors is paying off outdoors. A couple of KOMs in the bag over in America there. Respect. But anyway, the main event today is 2 p.m. Ed Laverack taking on Alp de Zwift. Definitely tune in for that. I think it's going to be a real privilege to watch a pro athlete who's actually prepared to share their data doing something that actually matters to him. I mean, it's really personal to Ed, obviously any kind of climbing event, and there are not many athletes that will let you both watch them and share all of their power, their weight, their training, their insight, and then the data during the event itself, right? There's no hiding place there. We can see what his heart rate's doing. We can see what power he's putting down, what power to weight he's putting down. It's a really, really cool and privileged thing that we get to see Ed take on the Alp. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to display it off YouTube onto my new big screen TV that Jane's bought us, that allows you to kind of connect a computer to the TV. I'm not an expert in technology, as you can tell. But, yeah. I'm done in the GC, Lord. Yeah, definitely. I'm done in the GC. I think if I was in the GC, I always would see my role. If I had any talent, I would be a domestique. Ideally a super domestique, but I'd be a domestique. I'm not one of these people that's very good at leading and taking all the pressure of massive leadership. I can imagine, I don't have that winning mentality. I've talked about it. But I am very good at serving other people and being the kind of trusted lieutenant. So I'd be domestique, I reckon. And I'd be very happy being a domestique. If anyone's ever read Charlie Wegelius's book, domestiques, for those that are not aficionados of pro cycling, domestiques are not simply riders that couldn't make the GC. They may or may not have been able to make the GC. There's only a very small number that could. A domestique, a really good domestique, is actually worth their weight in gold and more in any given team, because they are hired assassins. They are the ones that are there to put down an infernal pace to protect their leader, their desire to win and succeed and sacrifice on behalf of their leader and drain the tank on demand from their leader is what makes or breaks the whole GC contention. So if you read Charlie Wegelius's book, it's a really, really cool insight into the world and the mindset of our domestique. And he's a really articulate, I don't think it was ghostwritten, a really articulate author as well. Definitely recommend that book. But yeah, back to Ed Laverack. 2 p.m. Alp de Zwift today. Stick it on YouTube and let's enjoy watching, a pro athlete go as hard as they can on this given day. And Ed, I'm sure you're not watching now, but very best of luck. We really respect you for doing this. And as ever, thank you so much for your support. And please remember, whoever you are and whatever you do, live, thrive, and stay healthy. And as ever, thank you very much to everybody in the healthcare industry that's enabling many of us to stay indoors or looking after our loved ones and helping them through this crisis. And of course, everybody out there keeping the economy ticking over and the public services ticking over. We very much appreciate everything everybody's doing. We are the lucky ones that get to sit indoors, watch TV, race, work, all that kind of stuff. You are the people risking your health to drag us through this crisis faster. And maximum respect to everybody out there who's doing that. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Let's enjoy Ed. See you all soon.